Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the Oklahoma City Riverfront Redevelopment Authority meeting for March 25th, 2025 at 1:00 p.m. And today we don't have a chair or a vice chair, and so we are going to nominate a pro tem. And so if I could have a motion for that, or a nomination. For,
I'll make a motion for Kathy Williams to be appointed pro tem.
okay, and I'm going to pull that up electronically.
Maybe.
And you can vote. You can go ahead and vote for yourself. Right here. Okay, and it passes.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Great. Thank you very much for attending the River Trust meeting today, and I will call this meeting to order. As chairman, acting chairman, I do not have any comments other than I think this is the appropriate time to bring this up. But Barbara, I know this is your last meeting, and we want to thank you for your diligent and attentive attention to the River Trust. Thank you very, very much, and we will miss you.
I'll miss you guys too. Thank you very much for acknowledging it. It's been a pleasure to serve on the River Trust and to see the changes that we have implemented over the years historically as well as in the last 4 years, and I am so excited about the future of the river in Oklahoma City. There's just only good things to come. So I want to appreciate staff that supports this commission and just all the commissioners and members here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Let us move on to our agenda, and the first item is the minutes from February 25th. May we have a motion, please?
Sorry, hold on. Yeah. Motion passed.
And that motion has passed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let us move on to the consent docket. The first item is the oil and gas revenue report, and then the Oklahoma River Corridor events update, and we will need a motion on that consent agenda. That item has passed. Thank you very much. Let us move on to the primary agenda items. Our first item is the Oklahoma River Project summary.
Good afternoon, Jay Shumway, Oklahoma City Public Works. For our March summary, we do have the May Dam rehabilitation project underway. This requires us to drain the May Basin and lower portions of the western basin to allow the contractor to expose surfaces at the backside of the dam. That project is also includes some additional things that we will be providing in the basin, some bank stabilization, some additional anchoring points for the debris barriers, and some sediment removal. Also ongoing projects that we've had in the Eastern Basin. Here's another photograph of the First American Museum riverboat landing. The contractor is making significant progress to this site, and you can see the inlet channel where the boats will moor, and in the background you can start to see some terracing that'll be an amphitheater. With that, I believe our river crews have removed about 80 cubic yards of material out of the river this month. And with that, are there any questions?
Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Shall we move the item, please? Thank you very much. The item has passed. Our next item on our agenda is the quarterly River Sport Foundation update.
Good afternoon. Thank you. We will jump in. So first, financials. Just wanted to share that total revenue through February was ahead of prior year. Our total expenses were up. Mainly that was due to some contract labor with security and janitorial services. We have moved janitorial in-house, and we have successfully hired 2 security officers, which hopefully will eliminate some of our contract labor that we have. And then net income was $72,000 less than prior year for the first quarter. We're relaunching the bike park that will open April 26th. It's been open the whole time, but a relaunch because it opened so late in the fall last year, just get people excited about it and aware. We did send some of our athletes down to the heart of Texas in February. It was a good event for our 60 athletes, and we were able to medal in 3 of the events down there. I'm really proud of the athletes on that team. So here is kind of upcoming spring schedule. A few of them have already happened, but first weekend of April, we've got our UCO, OCU, and OU Invitational Regatta on the river. The next day, we will be hosting our River Sport Youth Invitational Regatta, and then that will feed into May, where we will host our U.S. Central Rowing Youth Championship and then our Scholastic Youth Rowing League Championship. Our River Sport Invitational and our U.S. Rowing Central Youth Rowing Championships are really important to us. They're the ones that engage the community here with our student athletes, and so we're excited. Those have been long running, and yeah, there's some competition out there, which is really good to see. So we off-season renovations. This is the pumps for our whitewater channels. We replaced the struts on the left picture. Those had broken free, so those got replaced, and then a full cleaning of the channel that took place over a 6-week period. Now it's full of water, and we actually have athletes over there training for the event that we're hosting this weekend. We hosted our Chili on the River, which is a fundraiser for our youth rowing. It was the most successful event for our youth rowing that we've had, raising over $68,800. And all that money will go back to that individual program, which is great, which was the group that we sent down to Texas this past weekend. They went to St. Louis and competed in St. Louis. So this weekend, so we've got the world ranking event that is taking place this weekend with the ICF. We're also going to have a few Olympic delegates there. And so we're really excited for it. I did speak. We started training yesterday afternoon. They're training today, but we have a total of 70 athletes from 10 countries that are here right now that will be competing this weekend in slalom and kayak cross. So if you're not doing anything, it's a free event. Come on out and check it out. I would say it's a prelude to next summer when we host the World Championships, which will be cool. I already spoke about this one. Got you some pictures. And then some upcoming events. So opening day for our summer season will be April 26th. And then We're still figuring out the date for our film, but it's going to be sometime in June, and then we're hosting our Bluegrass Barbecue and Brews, which is one of our most successful food and beverage events that we host for the summer, on June 7th. So. And then we hired a new volunteer manager. She's been working hard. She is in week 7. It takes an army to host some of the events that we are hosting. I think for this weekend, it's 130 volunteers a day that we need to host the event. And so she's done a fantastic job, but this will be the first test of having all the volunteers that we need to be successful. And that's it. That's my update. The first picture was when the river was frozen over that week. We had all the freezing temperatures, so kind of cool. But thank you. Any questions? Awesome.
Very good report. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a motion to accept that report. All right, that motion has passed. All right, is Epic Paintball Park here? Great. We have a presentation.
How's everybody today?
We're good. How are you doing?
I am wonderful.
Sorry that traffic got you.
Oh, I got off at 6th Street because it showed up on my map, and I thought, well, I might be able to bypass it. Oh no, it had like half the street shut down. But I got here, so that's good.
Well, welcome.
Basically, since January, due to weather, we were shut down at my current park probably 50% of the time. 10-degree wind chill factors below 0 just aren't too favorable for that, you know, things like that, and a lot of rain. But things are picking up. This last weekend we had about 150 people come out and did really well. I got Canton public schools coming out this Friday, you know, things like that. Prior to that though, in December and November were pretty good. At the lease property that we're here about, I had cleared out one of the homeless areas. There was a lot of debris, anything from coffee cups to shoes and tires and God only knows what. I had a bobcat go out there and we piled it all up. I had they call it a forestry mower. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's got a big spinning drum on the front of like a real big bobcat. And we mulched up most of the brush, small trees, you know, 1-inch stuff about yay high, cleared all that out, raised the canopy up via a friend of mine that owns Dodge City Paintball. He also is a Oklahoma City registered forestry person. And so he trimmed all the trees up and stuff. We cleared an area probably about 1.5 acres. About 1/4 acre of that was that homeless area. But of course, with the slowdown we had and the weather, we haven't really done anything out there up until now. We're looking at probably here in the next couple of weeks to go out there and start clearing off more area for the areas that you play paintball in, you know, make it safe for people. We're going to be bringing out, the guy that has the forestry mower is going to bring out his big bobcat, and it's got a rake system where you can, there's like piles of debris, you know, that have been dumped out there. And so he can rake it up and pick up the metal and wood and tires and things of that nature, but keep the dirt. Does that make sense? And smooth it out so that it's all playable. We can't have a lot of holes and things like that for people to play paintball. They'll twist their ankle. We don't want that. So that's going to be going on probably over the next 3 or 4 months as we go. We're looking at a target date of moving the old location off of just south of I-40 to the Northwest 10th, hopefully by the end of summer if everything goes smooth. But I know of at least one, if not two more homeless encampments that were abandoned. There's like dining room table out there. I mean, it's pretty amazing what they brought in, you know what I'm saying? But we got to move all that. I got a dumpster coming in so we can, you know, put it in there and take it off the property and clean it up and things of that nature. So right now we're in the cleanup stages. But everything's going smooth at the other park and we're getting good reviews. So, you know, keeping a good face. And that's about it. Do you guys have any questions for me at this time? Sounds good.
All right. It was in 2021 that you began leasing this property, and I know that you've had some difficulties, and the weather has been not a friend of yours, particularly this last couple of months. So we're glad to know that you're making progress, and you're here to get approval for the agreement to go until March of 2026. So at this point, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Cole? None? We will take a motion, please. The motion has passed. Thank you, Mr. Coles, for your presentation. Our next item, please, is the revocable permit for the River Sport Foundation for the Central Youth Rowing Championship, May 2nd through the 4th. Do we have any questions? No? We'll take a motion. Are we? Oh, yeah.
Presentation and the management agreement are two separate items.
Oh, okay.
So this is the management agreement.
All right. I moved us ahead too quickly. So right now, what the item that we're on is the agreement. The one that we just voted on was accepting the presentation. So could we have a motion, which we have by Elaine Lyons and then seconded by Tiffany Ramirez, to approve the management and use agreement? Please vote. Okay, that motion has passed. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right, now we shall move on to our next item, which is the revocable permit from River Sport Foundation for Central Youth Rowing, May 2nd through the 4th. And we can take a motion to approve that. That motion has already passed. Thank you very much. Item F, the revocable permit with River Sport Foundation, the Youth Rowing League Championship, scheduled for May the 10th. Do we have a motion to approve that permit? That item has been approved. Thank you. Item G, the revocable permit with the National MS Society for Walk MS on May the 17th. Do we have a motion and a second, please? That item has passed. Thank you very much. Item H, the revocable permit with Make-A-Wish Foundation, Walk for Wishes on June the 17th. May we have a motion, please? And a second. That item has passed. Thank you. Item I is the revocable permit for the Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security. Their operational readiness exercise program will be held November the 5th through the 7th. They had one last October, I believe, so they're very familiar with doing this along the river, and we will need a motion for that. That item has also passed. Thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is the claims docket. Does anyone have any questions regarding the claims? We'll need a motion to approve that. That item has also passed. And now, may we have a report from Melinda?
Good afternoon, Melinda McMillan Miller, Parks and Recreation Director. I don't have really anything other to add to the director's report that you have in front of you, other than that we're gearing up into spring season, so lots of activity on the river in all park locations. And also just a reminder that the Wiley Post North Shore of the park is under construction now for improvements there. So we're very excited to see those improvements get finished and completed while we continue to work with the USS Oklahoma City Committee to see that submarine memorial established. So more to come.
Okay. Great report. There's a lot in there. If you
A lot
haven't had
going
a
on.
chance to read it, take time. We've got a lot going on. Could we have a motion to accept this report from Melinda, please?
Thank you.
That item has been accepted. Do we have any comments from staff at this time? Seeing none, does anyone in the audience have anything to say? Trustees, anything? Barbara, thank you. We will miss you. I have appreciated things that you have done for your ward. So, seeing no other comments, we are adjourned. Thank you for helping us get through this.